Thank you very much, Mr. Bajanov. Is indeed, thank you for this great introduction to today's Digitalization Day and the Green Digital Action. And it's a pleasure to share, for me to share this panel today with His Excellency Rashad Nabiev, Minister of Digital Development, who chaired this panel today and convened the stakeholders from governments around the world, from international organizations, as well as private sector companies, really around green digital action. As well as, of course, it's a pleasure to share this panel today with Jala Ibrahimova from COP29 President Action and Agenda Lead, as well as Dietram Oppelt, Vice Chair of the FCC Technology Executive Committee. So indeed, as already Mr. Bajanov briefed, we're very proud to have a very strong number of endorsements today. Of actually nearly 60 speakers of today spoke in the panel this morning, which really explain their commitments and explain their very strong support to green digital action. Why do we need it? Because digital industry, as already mentioned, has two sides to it. One is a powerful source of solutions to fight the climate crisis, from monitoring, from climate and earth monitoring, using, for example, satellite solutions, especially powered by AI tools, to mitigation, helping other industries to lower greenhouse gas emissions. For example, there's an estimate that AI can help other industries to lower 5 to 10% greenhouse gas emissions, to adaptation, for example, through those topics as early warning systems for natural disasters, allowing to save lives in the context of natural disasters that are actually occurring more frequently because of the climate crisis. So, Green Digital Action Declaration that was announced today expresses collective commitment of the governments, digital industry, and other stakeholders to really leverage digital technologies to fight the climate crisis, at the same time to take on strict sustainability commitments on ourselves. This commitment is building on the Green Digital Action Initiative that's been launched already a year ago with COP28, which brought together over 50 partners across the digital industry and international organizations on this goal. So today's declaration has a number of objectives or pillars, including leveraging digital technologies for global action on greenhouse gas emissions, such as building resilient digital infrastructure, such as reducing the impact of digital technologies on the climate, as well as making digital technologies for climate action accessible for developing countries, using data to fully understand the impact of green solutions, encourage sustainable innovation, promote sustainable consumer practices, and sharing the best practices for digital policies and technologies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Today's panel was just it was key event, the highlight of Green Digital Action here on today's Digitalization Day. However, in total, we have over this week around 30 events, a lot of them still happening today on Green Digital Action. And they cover different areas, from industry emissions to artificial intelligence, both as its negative impacts as well as positive contributions, green data infrastructure, how to use technology standards to fight the climate crisis, as well as how to ensure that we have an accurate climate information and provide early warnings. So declaration is, of course, embeds the political commitment and breakthroughs in this regard. However, of course, the importance will be in the implementation. We're very proud that, for example, today our partner, World Bank, have already announced that last year they tripled green digital investments to $700 million a year and committed to continue those investments going forward as well. Also, the industry aligned around what we call Green Digital Action pillars are making sure that these coalitions for action are working to embed the Green Digital Action agenda in the digital development. They're working on reducing tech-related emissions. They're working to make sure that sustainability by design is integrated in all the standardization processes. They're working on reducing e-waste. They're working on making sure that emergency communications are available to people around the world who face climate-related disasters, working to make sure that open data is available to measure impacts, as well as making sure that that positive impact of ICT industry is maximized. The most recent pillar on the Green Digital Action is the pillar on green computing, which addresses cloud computing and AI impact on the climate. So what's very important for us today, that is for the first time when digital is being put in the core of climate agenda, we really thank Presidency for the first time including digital in the core agenda and actually announcing the first ever digitalization day. It's at the same time, that means climate is put firmly in the core of digital development. And now we'll be working, of course, towards the COP30 to make sure that we build on those commitments, including through ensuring that the digital industry and digital technologies are well represented in NDCs that will be presented for COP30, that national adaptation plans integrate digital technologies, as well as that we boost investments in digital infrastructure that enables climate action. So with that, thank you very much, and pass the floor back.
Hello, my name is Aynura, and I work Hazar TV. I have just one question. What is the biggest role of technology in climate change, and what steps are beginning taken to reduce the damage?
So thank you very, very much. So of course, we believe and we see that in practice that digital technologies have opportunity to help fight climate crisis across all the pillars of climate policy. So we have effectively using digital technologies for climate monitoring, as I mentioned. So satellite technologies and satellite imagery is an important source of climate monitoring, especially powered with artificial intelligence tools. We're partnering with a number of private sector companies to leverage those tools there as well. If you look at the green mitigation pillar, so for example, digital technologies help mitigate damage to the climate through things like smart grids that ensure reduced energy consumption and wastage, through powering intelligent transport and lowering again the greenhouse gas emissions there as well as in different other areas. When you look at adaptation, I think the biggest here initiative that is spearheaded by Secretary General Antonio Guterres is so-called Early Warnings for All, which aims to achieve by 2027 that the whole world is covered by early warnings alerts that help save lives in the disaster environments. Actual estimate is that having access to early warnings actually can reduce the mortality up to 8 times. So now what we do to boost that and as well as lower the damage of the industry, including through the increase of the greenhouse gas emissions, we ITU, together with our standardization partners, such as International Standardization Organization, International Technical Commission, but also broader community, have issues in technical standards that come together as an agreement of the global community, means that different private sector stakeholders together with the governments and sit together and agree on those standards. These are examples of our standards, such as standards that set the roadmaps for digital industry to meet the Paris goals, as well as we set the reporting standards for the industry in some specific areas. We as well issue the guidelines, excluding for the governments and private sector, such as our work on early warnings, where we as well issue reports that measure those aspects. For example, our Greening Digital Companies report that look at the emissions of 200 largest ICT companies, as well as the e-waste report that look at e-waste trends around the world. So again, through highlighting those issues and bringing them to the fore, it makes it much more clear. Now, what is very important here, that again, is not like one stakeholder working. Our Green Digital Action Initiative has over 50 partners. Those different partners lead different areas of the work, and they could together to spearhead that work to make sure that we really take an action together. That's not easy. So some statistics on artificial intelligence say that every 100 days, actually, computing power of AI doubles, actually. So that means that energy consumption of AI roughly increases every year around 30%, with that as well as greenhouse gas emissions. However, working together with the industry, we're trying to put a strong limit to that and actually go back to making sure that our net zero plans of the digital industry are really in place and are enforced and help us all to take charge of these emissions as well. So some of the elements here. Thank you.